Right here I have about a half-scale drawing of the print in question. And what I've found most interesting about this print is the fact that if you take a look right here, you'll notice that the toe is larger than anticipated, but it shows signs of flexibility and dynamism, which is kind of a cool feature. You see an obvious other toe here, but then the three toes over here seem to be stuck together. I wasn't quite sure what to make of this, but the most fascinating feature of this print is this middle section right here, which in the cast shows really a negative of the print itself. And so what you saw here was you saw almost as if the cast had been pushed into, which showed on the, which merely means on the ground something was pushing up, because what you're really seeing with a cast is the influence of something on the substrate. In this case, it would have been the edge of a river, so it's a kind of a muddy, rocky area. And so it was interesting to see, because normally this is not what you see in a supposed Bigfoot print. What you normally get would be something a little bit more like this. This would be the ground, and you get something like this. Yeah, bear with me. All right, and what you have here is the foot. It kind of goes up here. There we are. This goes up like this. That'd be the toe. And make it a little bit hairy because that's much more interesting. And what you have here is, as the motion is going that direction and the foot is lifting up here, you have dirt that gets deposited right back there. And it's kind of an interesting thing. Then the foot moves away. What this leaves you with is, and I apologize for my drawing here. Okay, let's say that's a print. Often you'll get a deposit of dirt here, right along what is called the mid-tarsal break. And then there are other indications when it comes to size of the heel, where the toes are and things like that. But it's interesting because it makes it a little bit easier for you now, doesn't it? Okay. What makes it interesting is, in the case of this print, it's not here, it's here. And that made me question what's causing this to happen. And looking at the print, I actually asked Cliff Barrickman, who is really an expert in this stuff and has worked with more prints than most people. And I just said, you know what? Is it possible that this creature could have been moving either laterally, side to side, or maybe had shifted its weight? And so I asked the gentleman who took the print casting what was going on and if there was a track line or whatever, and he said that the prints were like this, and then they shifted and turned sideways. Maybe whatever it was that made these prints was looking at something across the river. Maybe they took some time, rocked back and forth. That's a possibility. That would possibly deposit some debris in the middle of the print. Or maybe this individual was sidestepping, like I said, moving laterally, in which case we're so used to seeing prints that go like this, maybe we're seeing prints that are going like this. That was what I wanted to test, and hopefully it worked out. I'm here at Salt Fork State Park, and what I'm doing right now, apart from freezing, is trying to replicate some casts and some prints that one of my friends found. And there was an interesting feature to those prints, and what it showed was a ridge in the center where you wouldn't anticipate seeing one. And what I'm trying to do is figure out how something like this could happen. So these are my feet, and what I tried to do was see if I could reproduce that bump in the middle that went basically from toe to about halfway down toward the heel. The big toe of the right foot rather, was larger than the rest, like normal, but actually a little like more large than you'd anticipate, as if it had pushed off sideways. And so I was trying to see if I could produce this bulge right here. And I know it's going to be hard to see, but I have produced that bulge. So there is a possibility that what my friend saw, or what he casted, wasn't a double bear print, but was actually possibly a real live Bigfoot print.